taking you this far down?
I have my own demons to live with, you know, and I feel responsible for it, always have, you know, always. And I just felt like I should have taken better care of her.
You know, your mother writes in her book about how you were doing drugs with your sister. I was shocked and hurt and confused. I didn't understand it then, and I still don't. How does it feel to hear your mother say that?
It's painful, you know. I feel responsible for it. I let it go so far, you know. We were always, like you said, being together most of the time, and her following behind me, you know. I taught her to drive, you know. We played together, you know, and everything that you do together as you're growing up, and then when you get into drugs, you do that together too, and it just got out of hand, you know. This drug is rough.
So here's the big question, Michael. Did you introduce her to drugs?
I would say, yeah, we did everything together. So once I was into that, and she followed suit. And
so was the first time she tried freebasing cocaine or cocaine, crack, whatever, are you the one who introduced you to her?
I think probably the first time she ever did it was probably, you know, but you gotta understand, at the time, the 80s, it was acceptable.
Acceptable to whom?
To, in the entertainment industry, it was just like available. It wasn't like a bad word like it is now. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know.
Yeah, because we didn't have the bodies in the streets.
Right.
We hadn't seen the devastation.
None of that.
So the first time she did it, it was you. And so that's the demon you live with.
Every day. Every day. I hope, you know, that's something I live with for the rest of my life.
How old was she when you first introduced her to that drug?
I don't really know.
80s? Early 80s?
80s, yeah. It just happened. It just, you know, I can't really say exactly when.
Was she Whitney Houston? Was she famous by then?
Yeah. Yeah. We were traveling. We were, you know, on the road. We were young. At late 20s. Had money.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just like, and just got caught up. You know, and it's been a battle ever since.
Well, you know, for so many years, people thought Bobby Brown was the one who introduced her to drugs, but she was already doing drugs by the time she met Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Yeah. Bobby was, he was after.
So when you realized that it was out of control for her, did you blame yourself for that?
Of course. Of course. I mean, ever since we were little, I was responsible for her. You know?
And so how have you been able to get through this year?
Mom, my mother, my children, and God.
And God. Do you think Whitney forgave you for introducing her to the drug?
She always told me, don't never let anyone make you feel bad or responsible for what I do. I'm a grown woman, this and that. And for what we do. You know what I'm saying? She said, no, ever. But, you know, that was just her way of how she felt about me. You know, but I know how I feel.
And you haven't forgiven yourself?
Never will. Never will.